What is going on, guys? Welcome to your 47th UDK tutorial, and this is going to be a really quick tutorial because before we go on any further with Kismet, I need to talk to you guys about adding comments to Kismet because later on we're going to be building big Kismet sequences and things are going to get all jumbled together and we're going to be connecting wires all over the place, and at first glance things can get kind of confusing. So I'm going to teach you guys how to add these things called comments, and it helps organize and visually see your Kismet a whole lot easier. So the first thing I want to teach you guys is about object comments. Now, each of these things, like this event, this sound, this toggle, this variable, each one of these things is an object, and you can add a comment individually to each one of these. So for example, if we have a million different light switches in our level or on our sequence, we need to be able to identify each one. And look at this: trigger 0, trigger 1, trigger 2. That can get a little bit confusing whenever you have a huge map. So go ahead, and in order to add a comment right above this, you just go ahead and select it, and under sequence object you have the optional comment. So I'm just going to go ahead and add, you would add something like, oops, easy caps locks, bathroom light switch or something like that. Now just go ahead and focus away, and now you can see you have a comment above it that says bathroom light switch. So if you think about it this way: in your house you have a bunch of different light switches, and if you just go ahead and identify them by trigger 0, trigger 1, 0, 0, 2, then it would get kind of confusing. But if your mom says go ahead and turn off the bathroom light switch, then you'll be able to identify it a lot easier. So I don't need to tell you guys the importance of comments in that sense. So let me go ahead and just comment some of the rest of these. Object comment on the sound is just, what sound did we have? I think it was like a gun sound. So that looks good right there. And for this toggle, we'll just go ahead and write turn lights on and off. That looks pretty good. And for this variable, we'll just put like light bulb. So now, even if you don't know Kismet at all, you can pretty easily see what's going on. Alright, here's a bathroom light switch, and now whenever you touch it, a gun sound plays, and also when you touch it, it turns lights on and off, and this is your light bulb right there. So again, if you were working as a team, then comments would come in handy so much because they don't have to go through each one of these events, look at the properties and say, alright, what's this one do, try to figure out everything. So aside from just object comments, you also can have something called group comments. So in order to select a group, remember, you go ahead and you hold Control and Alt on your keyboard, and then you select a group of objects. So now I have all 4 of these objects selected. Now we can go ahead and either right click and add new comment, and there's another way, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys the easiest way. So with all of those selected, go ahead and hit right click, new comment, and we'll just write something like lighting system. And now go ahead and hit OK, and it draws a box around all of these objects and calls it lighting system. So now you don't even have to look at all of these piece by piece. You can just send this to somebody and they know, alright, all of these objects make up the lighting system. So this is a whole lot easier to see than, just opening a Kismet for the very first time. Say someone handed off a project to you and try and figure out what everything does. So again, comments are going to come in handy so much, not only when you're working with a team, but when you're working with yourself, and you have huge levels. It's going to help you organize a whole lot. So again, one last time, to select a group of objects, just go ahead and hit Control and Alt and drag, and then you get a group of objects selected. So aside from this, I just want to go over this real quick. This sequence frame right here, the size is of course the size of the frame. The border width, I usually like to bump this up to 2 or 3, and for the sake of this tutorial, let me just make it 5 or something. And this makes your border a little bit thicker because I don't really like 1, because 1 is the size of these wires. So I don't know, I just like a little bit different personal preference. And the other 2 things I like, or well, the fill color, I won't even get into that. The border color is I usually like to change this to something a little bit different. So by default, it's black like that. So let me go ahead and change it to like blue or something. Hit OK, and now it's blue. So whenever you have a bunch of different systems rigged up, trust me, and I know I can't really demonstrate this because I only have one system, but changing your border color to different colors is incredibly useful, especially when you zoom out. You can easily see, well, just trust me, change your border colors to different colors. It's going to help you out a lot. So anyways, that's a tutorial on comments. Like I said, a real quick tutorial to help you guys better organize and better visually see what's going on with Kismet so you don't have to figure everything out every time you want to go back and change something. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.